Most men don't notice it. They mistake it for friendliness, politeness, or mere convenience. And yet, there she is, the one who sees through the layers of their constructed self. You feel it, the subtle tension, the longing, the uncertainty. A question gnaws at you. Does she really care? Or am I just another distraction? Here's the hard truth. Modern romance is a battlefield disguised as casual interaction. Social media likes, fleeting attention, hyperstimulated dopamine. These are not measures of love. They are shadows, illusions designed to prey on your biological wiring. If you're searching for certainty, you are already lost. Most men confuse attraction for affection, games for devotion, and infatuation for intimacy. And in the shadows of these misconceptions, the pain only grows. In this video, we will dissect the silent signals that reveal something far more profound. When a woman is deeply in love, we will strip away cultural myths, romantic lies, and expose the biological imperatives driving her behavior. Love is not what society tells you it is. Beneath candlelit dinners, whispered promises, and heart-shaped symbols lies a series of ancient algorithms written into DNA over tens of thousands of years. Our ancestors did not pair off for emotional comfort. They paired off to survive. A woman's deep attachment is a signal, a biological strategy encoded to protect her genes, her offspring, and, ultimately, her species. Consider the behaviors that signal devotion. When she consistently prioritizes your presence, defends your reputation, or aligns her routines around yours, she is doing more than expressing preference. She is signaling investment. In evolutionary terms, this is her brain calculating. This man is reliable. He can protect and provide. He is worth my resources. Every touch, glance, or subtle act of care triggers neural pathways linked to oxytocin and attachment. This is not romantic fluff. It is biology dictating survival strategy. She is unconsciously evaluating, testing, and committing to a bond that enhances her genetic legacy. And here is the cruel irony. In the modern condition, these primal signals are often invisible, misread, or dismissed. Men are distracted. Women are guarded. And the machinery of love operates silently beneath conscious thought. The behaviors we will examine are not social conventions. They are whispers of biological reality. Recognizing them is not merely seeing affection. It is witnessing the mechanics of evolutionary investment. The problem is not her biology. The problem is the modern world. Our evolutionary instincts evolved in small tribes, where signals of commitment were obvious: shared meals, protection, proximity, mutual support. Today, we live in a hyper-connected, hyper-stimulated environment. Attention is fragmented, signals are diluted, and our primal algorithms are bombarded with noise. In other words, evolution is running on outdated software in a society designed to confuse it. Social media, dating apps, even casual group chats, they all exploit the biological systems that once guided survival. Dopamine spikes replace trust. Likes replace investment. Fleeting attention replaces loyalty. And the very behaviors that signal deep attachment can now be dismissed as arbitrary gestures. This is where the dark psychology of modern attraction becomes clear. A woman may invest, she may signal, she may commit, but if the man cannot interpret these signals correctly, the opportunity is lost. Hypergamy, the unconscious drive to seek the highest quality partner, remains intact, but it is now magnified by constant comparison, endless choice, and social validation loops. Men are often blind to the signs because the modern condition encourages distraction, ego inflation, and avoidance of responsibility. You see, attention has become the ultimate currency, and love is now filtered through markets of status, social proof, and scarcity. The primal signals, the ones that indicate she is deeply invested, are subtle, almost imperceptible. This creates a dangerous paradox. The very instincts that once ensured reproductive and emotional success now cause confusion, frustration, and heartbreak. She is acting according to biology, but the man interprets it through the lens of a culture that rewards superficiality, performance, and instant gratification. Understanding this is not pessimism, it is clarity. It is the first step toward mastery over your own attention, your own interpretation of signals, and your own capacity to respond appropriately. The modern trap is not that love has vanished. It is that it has become hidden beneath layers of artificiality, waiting for those willing to see with cold, unflinching eyes. Here's the truth that most men will never admit, even to themselves. Love is not a fairy tale. It is a transaction written in the language of biology, shaped by survival, and filtered through the distortions of modern society. A woman's deep love is rare because it requires a convergence of factors: trust, safety, emotional resonance, and a perception of long-term stability. These are not guaranteed. They must be earned. And once they exist, they manifest in ways subtle enough that a distracted man may never notice. The red pill is this: your attention and your understanding are the ultimate tests. If you cannot read the signs, her investment, her protection of your reputation, her subtle alignment with your life, then you will misinterpret love for convenience, flirtation for commitment, and desire for devotion. Stoicism teaches us how to respond. Focus on what is within your control: your character, your consistency, your capacity to act with integrity. Love may arrive, or it may not, but it cannot be commanded, nor can it be forced. It can only be recognized, understood, and respected when it appears. The dark truth is this: you are never guaranteed certainty in another's heart, but you are guaranteed clarity in your own. Build your life, cultivate your shadow self, and act with purpose. These are the things that awaken true investment in others. And when you finally see it, the signals, the commitment, the silent devotion, recognize it for what it is. Not just affection, not just attraction, but the most profound statement of evolutionary trust a woman can offer. Love, in its purest form, is rare, silent, and powerful. And those who understand it are no longer prey to illusion. The world is full of shadows, but some lights are real, and they reveal themselves only to the vigilant. The first four parts explain the machinery, the biology, the modern traps, the silent evolutionary codes. But knowledge alone is not enough. Understanding is only useful if you can recognize it in the wild, in the complexity of actual human behavior. Here is the brutal reality: most men will never notice. They mistake intensity for desperation, routine for indifference, subtle alignment for coincidence. But a woman who is truly in love behaves in ways that cannot be faked consistently. These are not grand gestures. They are small, persistent, and deeply aligned with your life. She will make time for you when it costs her. She will defend you when it's inconvenient. She will reveal pieces of her inner world, the part she guards even from herself, because she trusts you with her shadow. Do not confuse volatility for passion. Love is steady, even if it is quiet. It survives boredom, distraction, and the friction of everyday life. If her actions create stability, not chaos, she is signaling investment at the level of instinct, not ego. Recognize the signs, but do not worship them. Stoicism teaches that attachment is not ownership. She is not a prize. She is a mirror, reflecting the quality of your own character and the integrity of your life. Those who see clearly will act clearly. They will cultivate themselves, honor the investment, and never mistake her presence for entitlement. This is the last test: vigilance, awareness, patience. The modern world is full of illusions. Only the disciplined mind can distinguish between fleeting attention and true evolutionary commitment. When you finally recognize her signals, act, not out of fear of loss, but out of respect for the rare alignment of biology, psychology, and intent.